I have one of these every day after dinner, every single day. Why did I say it twice? It's a struggle. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Nikki. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing a Trader Joe's haul with you guys. We stocked up on some groceries. Honestly, we got more than I expected because we didn't need that much. Well, we kind of do, but we're also trying to keep it kind of low key because we're in the process of moving. So we didn't want to get too much, but then we ended up getting a lot. So anyway, if you enjoyed this video or find it helpful, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. I'm here with Adam right now. And like I said, we just got back from Trader Joe's and we got some good stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and walk through everything that I got today and how these things help me to stay on track with my weight loss and maintenance journey. I'm currently set to maintenance on WeightWatchers, and that's how I track. Although I don't consistently track every single day. A lot of days I just kind of calculate my points in my head, but anyway, I'm gonna be going through how I use a lot of these items, starting with a lot of 0-point foods, which is just some produce. So I've got bananas that we use for protein shakes, and Adam just brings these to work every day. I also got Honeycrisp apples. I have one of these every single day after dinner. It's just a routine thing for me. It's because I always crave something sweet after meals, which is also why I got myself some grapes, and also for Adam, he likes to bring these to work. But I like to have grapes after breakfast or lunch, and then I have my apple after dinner every day. But it's something that just helps me when I'm craving something sweet right after I finish my meal. I'll have the fruit, and then if I still want something else sweet, I'll have some dessert item or something. But it's just a good 0-point option that helps me to get a little bit more full, especially apples. They're really filling. And the Honeycrisp have just always been my favorite. I needed some bell peppers and some zucchini for veggie mix. I got some yellow and orange bell peppers, also 0 points. Zucchini is 0 points. And then I cook that together with an onion. And then that's just something that I have prepped for the week in the fridge, and I can add it to a bunch of different meals every time I make eggs or pasta dishes, or even if I'm making like tacos or some type of like wraps or something. It's so easy to just add in some veggie mix to everything. Adam got some oranges for work. These are 0 points. These ones are big, they're heavy. Right. So he's got his oranges that are 0 points. I got some grape tomatoes for a pasta recipe that I'm gonna be making, and then also I just like to have them for sandwiches, wraps, and bowls. Also, when we make tacos, sometimes it's nice to just dice up some grape tomatoes. I got this cabbage mix to use with sesame noodles. So I actually use the Thai wheat noodles from Trader Joe's. I'll show those in a minute, but this is the cabbage mix I like to use with it. So it just has green and red shredded cabbage and orange carrots. Weird that it says orange carrots. Well, I guess there's different colored carrots. I just noticed that it said that. Anyway though, it's 30 calories for the serving of 2 cups, and there are 3 servings in here. But usually I just make the dish with a little toasted sesame oil. I add this in and cook it with a bell pepper, and then I use the Thai wheat noodles and some type of protein, whether it's like chicken, shrimp, or crab or something. But this is really nice to have on hand to use for that. If I don't use it for sesame noodles, I usually will use it for a slaw for fish tacos or some type of tacos. I got this edamame, so they didn't have the frozen shelled edamame, but they had just the regular refrigerated edamame, and it just comes in a sealed package like this. So I feel like it's probably like the same amount as the bag that I usually buy in the freezer section. They just had the ones that weren't shelled today, but these are 0 points. It's 100 calories for the serving, and there's 3 servings in here. It's got 3 grams of fat, 10 carbs, and 9 grams of protein, and it also has 6 grams of fiber in that serving. So that's why I like to incorporate edamame. It's a good high protein, high fiber option. And honestly, I really just like the taste and texture of it. So it's nice when it's like this, ready to eat. I can just add it to bowls or wraps or whatever I'm adding it to, or even like sesame noodles. I usually add edamame to as well. I got some mini cucumbers that I will use for some dips that we got, and also sometimes I just like to have them with snack plates. If I'm making like tuna salad or something, I like to dip cucumbers in it. So these are 0 points and just a refreshing snack option. Then I got these Baby Bella cremini mushrooms. So I'm gonna be making crab stuffed mushrooms again. That's one of our favorite things that we've had recently in one of my most recent appetizer videos, which I will link in the description, but that's why I got these. And we actually ran next door to Walmart because we needed imitation crab for it and also toothpaste. So we grabbed some toothpaste and imitation crab while we were at Walmart, and now I have them to make these stuffed mushrooms. I got a couple frozen vegetable options. So I have loved having these in the freezer for days that I don't have veggie mix made, because there are some days where I run out and I don't have time to make a new one. So when that happens, I've been using these fire roasted peppers and onions. in the freezer section from Trader Joe's. They taste really good and they just heat up perfectly with the eggs. I need to take a second because the garbage just came. Okay, then I haven't gotten these before, but we're just gonna try them because I just wanted more vegetable options and it'll be nice to just have this in the freezer. So it's just frozen asparagus, but again, I don't always have fresh asparagus on hand, and this is something that I like to use for egg dishes or when we're having like pasta. I like to use it as like a side dish. I don't know what I'm gonna use this exactly for, but I might even just take a little bit out at a time to like add to my eggs in the morning, and I feel like that'll be really convenient. So I'll keep you guys updated on how this actually is. I've never tried it, but I figure it's just gonna be like normal asparagus, just frozen. Then I also haven't gotten this before, but I scanned it and it was only 1 point. So I thought that this would be a good convenient option. Again, like I said, we're in the process of moving, so having some freezer options is kind of nice lately because we've been so tempted to just want to go out all the time, and we have kind of caved in and gone out, but we've tried to still keep it within our weeklies and stuff like that. But it is really nice to have more vegetable options and stuff, and I just feel better about it when we have these at home. So anyway, these are Asian style vegetables with stir fry sauce. They are 1 point for the serving, and I think that this would just be so perfect with some added like chicken or shrimp or something, and then we could either have it with rice or the Thai wheat noodles. But for the serving of a quarter of the package, it's 60 calories, 7 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 7 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of protein, and that includes the stir fry sauce that is in it. So you can heat it up in the microwave, but you can also cook it on the stovetop, which is probably what I would do, but I guess it'll just depend on the day that we're having it. Okay, another thing that I haven't gotten before, but this just caught my eye, and I feel like it's gonna be so good for sandwiches. And sandwiches have been another thing that we've been eating lately because it's just quick and easy to have lunch meat in the fridge and just be able to throw together sandwiches as a quick meal. So anyway, we used to get this all the time from Target, was it? There was a sandwich at Target, in the Target deli, and it had sun-dried tomatoes on it. It was like a ciabatta bread with turkey and sun-dried tomatoes, and that was the best part about it, was the tomatoes. So I was excited to see that they have just a regular bag of julienne cut sun-dried tomatoes. It's 1 point for the serving of a tablespoon, although I feel like when I scanned it, the serving in there said 2 tablespoons, so I'll have to double check that, but it's 15 calories for a tablespoon, 3 carbs, and a gram of sugar. And the reason that it's points is because it's dried, so usually tomato would be 0 points. The only ingredient in it is tomatoes, but I just feel like this will be a good option. And I'll probably just use a 1 point serving anyway, unless I add it to like pasta maybe or something, but I'm mostly thinking we'll use this for sandwiches. Okay, I got some 0 point tomato sauce. We just love the Trader Joe's tomato sauce. I get it every time we go because we always need to stock up on it. I use it for pizza and pasta the most. I also needed some minced garlic, so 0 points, but just something that I like to add to different meals to give it some flavor. I also got some roasted red peppers, which are 0 points. These just come in water, which is why I like them, because they're 0 points. They're 5 calories for the serving, and they just add really good flavor to things like sandwiches or pasta dishes or tuna noodles or honestly anything. They're so good in Greek bowls, and they just add really good flavor. So I always have a jar of these in the cabinet on hand because I use them for so many different meals. Okay, so we were kind of cracking up at this because they had 2 different sauce options like this, and I know we've tried the other one before. So this is the eggplant garlic spread with sweet red pepper, and then the other one is a red pepper garlic spread with eggplant, or maybe it's like red pepper spread with garlic and eggplant. So it's like the same thing, it's just like they swapped the names around. And then when we looked at the ingredients, the first ingredient in this is eggplant and then red peppers, and then for the other one, it's just swapped. So we've tried the red pepper one, and now we're gonna try the eggplant one. I don't know how different it's gonna be, but I just thought that was interesting that they have 2 similar sauces like that, that the other one was just a little bit more red. Like, it was just such a weird thing. But anyway, for this one, it's 1 point for 2 tablespoons. It's got 30 calories, 2 grams of fat, 2 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of fiber. So we'll probably try that with like pasta or something. I think that's what we used the last one for and we liked it. But it says use as a spread on sandwiches, toast, or crackers. Stir into soups or stews for flavor. So either of those might be good too. We'll have to see. Then we needed some more jelly. So we just really like these raspberry preserves from Trader Joe's. This one is 1 point for 1 tablespoon. It says it has 50% less sugar and calories than regular raspberry preserves because it is a reduced sugar spread. It has 25 calories for the tablespoon, 7 carbs, and 6 grams of sugar. This is what we like to use for toast or peanut butter and jellies, and we just ran out of our last one, so we needed to get some more of that. I didn't need more peanut butter, but I like to use the Trader Joe's peanut butter as well. I didn't need to get more this time because we still have some from the last time we went, but this is the peanut butter I like to use. It's also from Trader Joe's, and it's just their creamy peanut butter from unblanched peanuts, unsalted, and stir. This is what we like to use for PB&Js. Okay, then got us some egg bites. So these are my favorite, and I know that I can make these at home, but they're just so good from the store. I don't know why from Trader Joe's, these are my favorite. The Starbucks ones are really good too, but I just always prefer these. But these are their egg bites. So for the package, it's 2 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 150 calories, 8 grams of fat, 7 carbs, and 12 grams of protein, and that's for both bites. And like I said, it's 2 points, but they're just cheese, spinach, and kale. You pop them in the microwave for 60 seconds and they're done. Sometimes if I'm at home, I will cut them in half and put them on toast and add like a chicken sausage and make kind of like a sandwich out of it. But they're also just a good, quick and easy snack that I can have when I'm on the go and don't have a lot of time, and I could just pop them in the microwave. They're filling and they taste really good. Okay, we needed some cheese. So my 2 favorite cheeses from Trader Joe's, they're reduced fat shredded cheeses. So they just had this one today. This is their light shredded 3 cheese blend. This one has mozzarella, Monterey Jack, and cheddar. It is 3 points for the serving of an ounce. It's got 80 calories, 4 grams of fat, and 8 grams of protein. And this one just works well for everything. So eggs, pasta, pizza, wraps, bowls, tacos, whatever I need cheese for, this works perfect for it. And 3 points for the serving is not bad. Sometimes I also just use a half serving for a point. Then the Jarlsberg reduced fat Swiss is also one of my favorites, especially for breakfast sandwiches. I do like it on lunch meat sandwiches, but there's something about the Swiss with the eggs and like Canadian bacon or sausage. It's just so good together. So I love to have this Swiss on sandwiches like that. It's 2 points for 1 slice, 50 calories. It's got 2.5 grams of fat, 1 carb, and 7 grams of protein. And this is also the perfect cheese for Reuben sandwiches. So that's why I like to get it as well. Although we don't have the meat for that, but it's just a good option. Then a couple meats that we got. So these roasted garlic chicken sausages are my favorite. They have such good flavor. It's like one of those things though that kind of sticks with you for the whole day when you eat one of these, but so good. It is a low point option that's high in protein, so it's 3 points for a link. It's got 110 calories, 6 grams of fat, 3 carbs, and 11 grams of protein. And I really like to use these in eggs, also pasta dishes, or if we do like a pizza bake and we want to add some sausage. These work really well and they have really good flavor. Like I said, for pretty low amount of calories and a lot of protein. Then we needed some more bacon. So this is just the Trader Joe's uncured dry rubbed sliced bacon. It's 2 points for 2 slices and 60 calories. It's got 3 grams of fat and 4 grams of protein for 2 slices. And I just use this for a bunch of different things, whether it's like a breakfast or if we're doing like BLTs or just like turkey wraps or something and we want some bacon. I usually just prep it all at once by making it in the oven and then we keep it in a container in the fridge. Okay, then I also got 2 pounds of some ground chicken. So this is just their organic ground chicken. It's got 160 calories in the 4-ounce serving and it's 4 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 9 grams of fat and 22 grams of protein. So it's not like the lean chicken breast, it's just regular ground chicken. It says 8% fat, so that's why it's not 0 points on WeightWatchers, but I think I'm gonna make some chicken burgers out of this. And I usually just add some panko egg and seasoning, and then we're gonna get the grill fired up to make those. We got some of this bread. This is their organic ancient grain and seed bread. It is 2 points for 1 slice and then 3 points for 2 slices, so similar to the Ezekiel bread that we like to eat. This is 70 calories for 1 slice, 1.5 grams of fat. It's got 12 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of protein. This is a really good bread option for breakfast sandwiches or peanut butter and jellies, or even just like lunch meat sandwiches or toast. We like to use it for those types of things. It's easy for Adam to pack his lunches with some lunch meat, mustard, and lettuce. That's what he has every day still, and so he likes this as a good bread option that's low points. Then the Thai wheat noodles that I mentioned earlier. So I got 2 packs of them. These are one of my favorite products from Trader Joe's. It comes with 3 individual packs of noodles in there, and each pack is 8 points on WeightWatchers. It's got 310 calories, 2 grams of fat, 63 carbs, 4 grams of fiber, and 10 grams of protein for 1 pack. And I just like to use them with different vegetables and protein and then some type of like sauce, whether it's just like a soy sauce or teriyaki. It's really simple to throw together with these noodles because they cook up in like 3 minutes. And then it goes with so many things, whatever type of vegetable it is or protein, it usually works out. So that's why I really like to make those. They're easy to throw together. I usually do 2 packets when I make a meal for us, and then we always have 1 leftover portion. So it usually gives us 3 servings. Sometimes I'll just have a whole pack for 8 points to myself. Then these kind of reminded me of them. They look a little different, but they are 10 points for the pack, and they are squiggly knife cut style noodles with soy and sesame sauce. So this is what they look like. It almost kind of looks like ramen noodles a little bit, They come just in little packets, and then it looks like you just boil them in water. So they take 4 minutes to cook. For one, like I said, it's 10 points on Weight Watchers, but I figured that would be all I would end up tracking, and then I'd add some 0-point vegetables and protein to it, whether it's like shrimp or chicken. I feel like anything would really go with this. Even like salmon might be really good. It is 310 calories for the pack, 2.5 grams of fat, 60 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 6 grams of sugar, and 12 grams of protein. Just another option that I wanted to try out. It's something different, and it already comes with the sauce, and that's included in the nutrition, so I'll probably just cook it with the sauce and see how it is, and like I said, add my own vegetables and protein. I got some couscous. So I used to get their brown, oh, this is the exact same thing actually, I think. I think they just repackaged it, because I used to get the wheat couscous, and this is, I think, the same thing. So anyway, this is just their organic couscous. It's 4 points for the serving of a 1/4 cup dry, and I usually like to cook it with chicken broth. That adds some good flavor to it. Usually I just do it in the microwave, but sometimes I'll prep some extra and have it ready in a container in the fridge. For the serving of a 1/4 cup dry, it's 170 calories, 35 carbs. It's got 2 grams of fiber and 6 grams of protein. It's a good option for like bowls, or sometimes I'll just mix it with like some cucumber and feta cheese and chicken, and then mix it together, and it just makes a really good dish, really flavorful, and I kind of just like the texture of this. So it's kind of just like fluffy, and like I said, it's really good when you cook it with some chicken broth. Then we got more frozen jasmine rice. So this comes in the freezer section. There are 3 bags in here of jasmine rice, and each bag has 2 cups. It's got 2 servings, and 1 serving is 6 points for the cup. So for that serving, it's 210 calories, 46 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 4 grams of protein. And these are just the most convenient on days that we don't have rice prepped in the fridge. So a lot of the time we do have rice prepped in containers, but on the days that we don't, we can just pop one of these bags in the microwave. It cooks in 3 minutes, and then it's perfect for us to just split and use as a base for a bowl or whatever I'm using it for. Sometimes I use those to make fried rice as well. Okay, so we got a couple dips today. Like I mentioned, these are good with the cucumbers or some chips that I'll show you as well. But the first one we got is the spinach and kale Greek yogurt dip. This is my favorite, and I actually realized you can have up to 5 tablespoons for 1 point on Weight Watchers, which is awesome because it's a good filling portion. It works really well in bowls, but also just as like a snack plate dip. It's so good with pretzels and with cucumbers. It's 30 calories for 2 tablespoons, 2 grams of fat, 2 carbs, and 1 gram of protein. And I've had people ask me if you can taste the kale, because honestly, I don't really like kale. I don't eat it like plain or anything like that. And I personally don't taste it that much in here. I feel like there's a slight taste of it, but the spinach kind of overpowers it, and it just all tastes really good together. So I definitely recommend trying this one out as a good low point dip option. And then one of my all-time favorite buffalo dips. It's 3 points on Weight Watchers for 2 tablespoons, but this is their buffalo style chicken dip. It's got 60 calories in that serving, 4.5 grams of fat, 1 carb, and 3 grams of protein. And this one's just much more of like a liquidy buffalo chicken dip. So you can kind of see that it's not like super creamy, but I kind of like that it's on the liquidy side. And again, it's something good with like cucumbers, or sometimes Adam will spread it on a wrap that he's making. That always works really well. Or even in a bowl, if I'm making like a rice bowl and I have some grilled chicken and I add some of that buffalo chicken dip, it's really good mixed together, even with like some veggie mix or cucumbers. Okay, a couple freezer items that I got. So we really like these for appetizer nights. They are so easy to just throw in the oven, although they do kind of take a long time. So sometimes I microwave them first and then I pop them in the air fryer or oven, depending on which one I have heated up or which one I'm using that day. But they do work in the air fryer and oven, but they do just take a little longer then. So for the serving of 1, it's 3 points on Weight Watchers and 130 calories. It's got 9 grams of fat, 7 carbs, 5 grams of fiber, and 4 grams of protein. And it's pretty much just artichoke and cheese formed into a cup. It's really good. It almost kind of reminds me of spinach squares, which are one of my favorite appetizers. So it's just got a similar taste to that, just more like artichokes, not spinach. So this is one of Adam's favorites, and we usually like to have it when we do appetizers. Then we got some chicken cilantro mini wontons. These are a good low point option on days that I make like sesame noodles and we want a side, or even like fried rice. These also work really well when I'm making like a quick lunch bowl and I just want to heat up some rice, maybe some edamame and like a can of tuna, and then I'll just heat up some of these in the air fryer. The serving for 4 pieces is only 1 point on Weight Watchers, and it's got 50 calories, 9 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 3 grams of protein. So I'll have like 2 to 3 servings in a bowl for 3 points, and it's so worth it. They taste so good and they crisp up perfectly. They also pan fry really well, and you can microwave them, but definitely just a good quick option that we like to have in the freezer at all times. Then these are one of my favorite freezer chicken options. They're the gluten-free breaded chicken breast nuggets. So for the serving of about 1/4 of the package, which is 4 ounces, it's 4 points on Weight Watchers. It's got 200 calories, 6 grams of fat, 20 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 16 grams of protein. And I say this every time about these, but they do come raw. I know a lot of the times the breaded chicken nuggets that you can get places are pre-cooked already, so you just have to pop them in the air fryer. But these you have to make sure you cook fully because they are raw chicken, which I feel like that almost makes them even better and more juicy. They also have a pretty strong garlic taste to them. I think it's in the breading, but just one of my favorite options. I love this chicken. It's really good. Okay, we haven't gotten these in a while. We've been out of them. So these are their hash browns. These work so well if you want to make like a breakfast crunch wrap or even just like a breakfast burrito. Sometimes this is even just good to heat one of these up in the air fryer and cook some eggs and just put them on top of that. So for one potato patty, it's 4 points on Weight Watchers. It's got 120 calories, 6 grams of fat, 15 carbs, 1 gram of fiber, and 1 gram of protein. And usually I just heat them up in the air fryer. That's like the perfect way to crisp them up and then add them to whatever I'm making for breakfast. We got these chicken spring rolls. So these have been another good option as like a side or something that we have when we do an appetizer night. A lot of times we'll pick just like a couple appetizers. So actually like right here would be an ideal appetizer night, would be like some of these artichoke timbales, some chicken, and then these chicken spring rolls. I feel like that's something we would want to do. But these have chicken, basil, garlic, and ginger. It comes with 5 in here, so sometimes we split them, sometimes we just leave the extra in the freezer. But for one roll, it's 100 calories. It's got 4 grams of fat, 11 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 2 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of protein. We got some of these blue corn tortilla chips. These are so good because they're honestly so salty. That's why I love them. I like to make homemade salsa, and then these are perfect with them. And the salsa is 0 points, so I just have to track the chips. But for about 9 chips, it's 3 points on Weight Watchers. These also work really well with nachos, by the way. But anyway, it is 3 points for 9 on Weight Watchers, 150 calories. It's got 7 grams of fat, 19 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, and 2 grams of protein. Then another salty option that I really like. These are the original savory thin mini crackers. So they're pretty much just rice crackers with sesame seeds, which is why I love them. They have a really good sesame seed flavor to them. They are gluten-free. And I just like that they're mini. They honestly remind me of the tortilla chips that used to come in the like nacho Lunchables. So I like to make little snack plates with these because you can have a good portion and just like snack on them. And they work well with like tuna and dips and stuff like that. So for the serving of about 38 crackers, it's 130 calories. It's got 2 grams of fat, 24 carbs, and 3 grams of protein. And that serving is 3 points on Weight Watchers. Adam got these ABC bars. So these are the almond butter cocoa bars. They are 5 points for one, 160 calories. It's got 8 grams of fat, 19 carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 6 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of protein. And these are just a bar that he likes to bring to work. It's something that he likes to mix up with his different snacks that he can pack. So it's just a good convenient item, and 5 points isn't bad for the fact that it's got like the almond butter filling. So he really likes those. He likes the peanut butter ones as well. He just switches off which ones he gets, usually depending on which ones they have. Okay, then this was a new item, and I'm pretty sure that's just like the Dewey's cookies, but they were just vanilla cookie thins. So I went ahead and got them because I've never tried just the plain vanilla ones, and I feel like I'll actually really like these. I usually like just like shortbread and vanilla type cookies like this. I feel like these might be good to make like little mini ice cream sandwiches or even having like a yogurt dip or just eat plain. So for this serving, which is 9 cookies, and it's a good serving, you can see it's like these little crispy cookies. So for 9 of them, it is 6 points on Weight Watchers, 120 calories, 4 grams of fat, 18 carbs, 9 grams of sugar, and 1 gram of protein. I was also thinking these would be good just crumbled up in a creamy. So again, a lot of the time I would just use like a half of a serving for like 3 points, but I'm excited to try these out and see how they are. Then I got some Panda Puffs. So these are something that I've been using in my yogurt. You guys know I love the peanut butter kashi cereal, but I've kind of burned myself a little bit out of it. I still really like it, but I've also been liking this a lot more. So it's just peanut butter Panda Puffs. I usually just use a 2-point serving by weighing it out on my food scale the same way I used to do it with the kashi peanut butter cereal. For the serving of a cup of cereal though, it's 6 points on Weight Watchers, 4.5 grams of fat, and 170 calories. It's got 3 grams of fiber, 31 carbs, 9 grams of sugar, and 3 grams of protein. So this is also really good on creamy ice cream recipes, but it has become one of my favorite cereal toppings for yogurt. Okay, the last thing that we got from Trader Joe's, we stocked up on some Bear Bells. So usually I actually just order these online, but I haven't in a while and we needed to stock up. And they have all the good flavors now. I wish that they had the soft bars, but they just have the regular ones. Today I got salty peanut and creamy crisp. The salty peanut are 6 points for one. The creamy crisp are 5 points for one. The creamy crisp are 200 calories, 8 grams of fat, 19 carbs, 3 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugar, and 20 grams of protein. And honestly, the salty peanut is the exact same, so I don't know why it scans differently, because this actually has a half gram less saturated fat and 1 less carb. Interesting. I never understand. It's always weird with the barbells. So maybe I'll start tracking the salty peanut as 5 points. But anyway, those are just a good option after the gym, or sometimes before the gym I have them, or for dessert because they taste like candy bars. A lot of the time at the end of the day, I realize I want to hit my higher protein goal, and so I'll just have one of those as a dessert. The peanut one seriously tastes like a Snickers to me. So anyway, that wraps it up for today's Trader Joe's haul. We got a lot of stuff. Like I said, we were trying to keep it like under control and not get that much, and then we stocked up on a lot. But honestly, I'm feeling good because we've been feeling tempted to eat out, like I said, and it's been stressful. So to have some good options on hand is really nice, and it makes me feel a little bit better about this upcoming week. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.